Okay, sitting down here with Terry Mutter, and I'm Andy Cornell, and we're going to go through an annual or a photo album that Terry's parents put together
Yeah.
many moons ago.
Yep.
So we'll start left to right and
Yeah.
circle around.
Okay. Okay. So, I think the first couple of pictures here is me and Steve Hyatt, just coming out of the Highland Regiment, going into the Black Watch. This was our first tour, so we were all in our bright and shiny new kilts, and so.
So this is you right here.
That's
right?
me, yeah, with the nice hairdo and the glasses.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. And then Steve Hyatt, and then myself standing in the doorway at my parents' house.
If Steve watches this, I'm sorry, but I thought it might have been Judy. I was like looking at it going, is that Judy and Terry, or is that?
No, she's better looking than that.
Couldn't quite tell. Well, ugly's always a big thing with the drumline, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And I remember that. That's Knott's Berry Farm.
Knott's Berry Farm, right.
Right. I remember that one well.
Right.
I did that a couple times.
Yeah, the parachute drop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then that's Brad Keith.
Okay, all right.
And I think next to him might be Jacobson. Rick. It might be Rick.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That really makes sense.
And of course, that's my thumb.
Oh yeah. Well, I think I edited that out in the actual picture. I've done some editing on these things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So more of the parachute drop.
Yeah, that was
the court. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the early photo taking. Realizing that just taking pictures without actually having people in them.
Right.
Very less relevant as the years go on.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. No. You and I both. I took all my pictures. I mean, a lot of them are of all the monuments.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, a lot of the Boston pictures. I think you had some in here too. Mine are the same way. It's like we should have just bought postcards. Actually, I think we'd had a lot better photos. But I've got a lot of the same stuff. Washington D.C. We all took the same shots.
Yeah.
But the corkscrew, I remember doing that one.
Yep. Yep.
That was always pretty fun.
I think that's the first
going
one
upside down.
Yep.
Yeah. And I couldn't. Is this just more of the corkscrew? I don't think I even used
I think it is. I think
Okay.
it's more the corkscrew, and then some kind of a water feature, log
Might
ride
be
or something.
Yeah. I know there's a gold mine train thing, but I don't think that has the
So
splashdown.
this is one of those pictures that's very nondescript, and I can't remember the city, but it was somewhere. We're heading to the East Coast, somewhere in the Midwest, I think. It might have been on the East Coast, and I can't remember exactly where we were at. But I do remember this building, and at that place, Dave Gwynn got in a fight with somebody in a restroom, and it was the first time I realized that the belt buckles could be used as weapons.
Oh yeah. No.
Dave cracked some guy on the head that got smart with him, I think. Dave,
oh wow.
I don't think you should go back to that state.
That's interesting.
I was very impressed.
I remember we had a whole incident there in Scotts Bluff with Gus. And someone had said the wrong thing to him, and they were all going to go after him with a belt. And I was like, oh my God.
Yep.
And a bunch of these guys were going out with belts.
Yep.
I know this is Pontiac over here, but
Pontiac
we first got a shot of the buses with the equipment truck.
Yep. And of course
the equipment truck, I thought it was bigger for some reason. It just doesn't look that big in that shot.
Yeah, when you had to lift the equipment into it, it felt bigger.
That might be it.
And then this is one. I think this is proverbial breakdown.
Another breakdown, yeah.
And then
it's a lot better.
This is the kilts. Is that the kilts or is it the Lancers?
Oh, I don't know. I think that's probably goes with the Pontiac, Michigan. Pontiac Stadium, the Silverdome.
Yeah.
So that's probably in the lot of the Silverdome. Is my guess.
But I was just looking. I think these people are wearing kilts, and they're not ours.
Well, I'll have to look at when it's blown up. Maybe we can tell better.
Yeah.
And then you got some of the neighborhood, which is kind of different.
Yeah. I think I was big into architecture at that point. I was just taking pictures of houses.
And then this is Boston College.
Yes.
I remember that. I remember seeing bodies flying off the top of the roof.
Yep.
And I remember Paul Bozich and his fire extinguisher.
Yep. I don't know if you...
And that was my room.
I don't know.
I remember really well.
I don't know if you took video of these pictures here, but the reason they're memorable is because what you can't see below the window, because it's washed out.
Well, I did lighten them up, so they might be visible.
Well, that's the air conditioning unit. And that is where we stored our beer.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that
nice.
was my first.
No.
That was my first beer on tour as a young impressionable soul.
Lad, huh?
Yeah, but that was we thought that was so ingenious because we'd open it up and we'd slide the beers in, and it would kept them cold.
Nice.
It was brilliant.
Nice. Yeah, you should pass that around the
Innovation.
whole group. You know, because we probably need more cold beer. I mean, so this, how much warm beer we drank? I can't imagine.
Too much.
Too much because. I remember Dennis Basham one time popping them out the back of a grocery store, and we were picking them up off the ground because they were popping out the back wall, and just grabbing them as quickly as possible before anyone else came by. Is this this is out of Boston College, out of the window somewhere, looking toward the field, I think.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever saw a real East Coast lightning storm. You know, because every night, you know, about 5, 6 o'clock, they'd rumble through.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember seeing plenty of lightning storms though through the Midwest and such. Do you know? Are we in Boston?
Boston, more. You know, Terry being obsessed with Boston architecture. This is you know, I can't remember the one.
Old North Church or something.
Yeah, some historical significance. Again, there's so many places in Boston that have historical.
I remember everyone. It's so amazing that they did that. They let 3 guys get together and go hit the town.
Yeah.
Just go and take off.
Yeah.
And be back by this time.
Right.
It's like, okay, sure. And so, you got the... there was something, actually, I was looking at this closer, and in this shot, there's like a mime.
That mime, that's what we were doing. This mime was picking up on passersby, and this little woman was carrying her shopping bags, and he, you know, jumped on her and...
pretended to do the same thing or something.
For a while, so it was quite the fun thing. And then this is somewhere on the road in the middle of nowhere, and that's Chris Sampson leaning up against the wind. It was just ferocious. And then you can't see it really, but up on the hill is that dinosaur. Remember the gigantic dinosaur? It was like a giant concrete dinosaur, and it's like a big.
What do you remember? What area we were in?
It had to be in the middle of nowhere because who else would build a big dinosaur? But they needed something.
It's not the one from People Weep's Playhouse, is it? It sounds like that.
I don't know, but what's the long one with the long neck? The Stegosaurus? No.
Tyrannosaurus.
I'm not very good with my. It's a plant eater one.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, I think.
No, that's a meat eater.
That's a meat eater. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I need my son to come in.
Yeah. Got some of the same similar stuff.
Yeah.
My kids they got into it.
And then D.C.
See? Now there's a good postcard.
There's a good
That's the way to go, right there. And we've got a few good postcards here, and thank goodness, because that's much easier to look at and go, oh yeah, I remember that place.
Yeah.
Just, you know, it has it captured well. And then we got a couple of the Capitol building. And I remember the cool thing in the Capitol building. I don't remember if I did the tour. Did we do the tour through the Capitol building?
Yes, because I think there's pictures in here that I wouldn't have gotten any other way.
Right. Because there was a spot in the Capitol building where I remember them telling us about how there was a certain dimension to the place where you could talk in one spot and someone 80 feet or 80 yards away, it wasn't even 80 yards, 80 feet away could hear real well. I mean, you could be whispering and you could hear it. Just the acoustics were in such a way that it was, and they started realizing when certain bills came up and someone knew what was going on over here, it was like, hey, what's going on there?
Yeah.
It just was an interesting feature of the building. So that looks like the airport and probably getting ready to go to Washington, D.C.
Yeah. That's quite an undertaking to fly that many people back, charter a plane.
Right, the whole thing was a huge undertaking and probably unwise.
I think
looking back,
it kind of set the core back. I think a little bit financially.
More than a little bit, I think, because we were. I mean, a year later, they were still talking about paying this off or paying that off.
Yeah.
And
because it raised so much, and then they just went on debt, right? Because they couldn't raise all the money.
Didn't raise it all, so it was like, but we raised enough. They thought.
Yeah.
But you know, it was taking a lot of recycling, and we did a lot of stuff prior to that too to make it. But
I don't know why why Gary Jimistad, rest his soul, is not wearing a kilt. How'd he get by?
Maybe
he's got his star jeans on.
Yeah, well, let's see. 76 was his last year. He went off to Sacramento in 77.
Yeah, but didn't he do the parade? I thought he did the parade.
Maybe he thought he was an instructor at that point. He might have just said, I'm going to be an instructor.
And stay warm.
Yeah.
But you can see everyone's long johns.
Oh, yeah?
Before we had rolled them up.
Yeah, well, I rolled them. Yeah, I don't remember if we rolled them up or took them off. I don't know.
I don't remember. I think it would have been pretty hard to take them off. I think we just rolled them off, but I don't recall.
I just remember it was
cold.
An idea, and it was like, no, we can't do it. We can't do it. It looks goofy. And there's the U-Haul that I think they used to take us back and forth to the mess hall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they didn't rent. They hang on to the buses when we were at the.
So we piled in the back of the U-Hauls?
So we well, I think there was only one. The equipment truck or U-Haul that they had, they were putting the kids in and then hauling them over to the mess hall and back. Or you could walk to the mess hall, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember all that. The reason I know it is because I was talking to Scott Slice's dad. Okay. And he remembered it and talked about it. And I was like, God, I have some kind of vague memory of hopping in the back of a truck.
Yeah.
And there's the Washington State Patrol.
Yeah, they hitched a ride with us.
Right. I remember talking to one of the Washington State Patrol guys more recently. I mean, when I say more recently, like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But he said, that picture of us going down the boulevard was inside their meeting area.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They had a big old... one of the larger versions of it inside their area. Oh, cool. And so it looks like Chad to me.
Chad, that's me.
Okay.
And that's Jerry Garcia.
Jerry, yeah.
And
probably Jeff Hatfield, but hard to say. Yeah. I don't know. Was he in that year?
I can't remember.
I think he might have been out. I think 75 was his only year. And then we got Dan Lloyd. And Bob.
And the Velvet Drums.
The Velvet Drums.
Yeah, they were all green crushed velvet.
Oh, okay. Did they just do that for the...
I forget how long we had that on there, but I remember taking all the drums apart and putting this velvet on there and wrapping them back up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we did it on the bass drums. We just did it on the
toms and
toms and the snares. Yeah.
Huh. And there's a float from that parade.
Yep. I just remember how fast the tempo was.
Yeah, we were moving.
And we got separated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the guard. We were just all spread out. I mean, we were at one point. I think the guard was way ahead. I just remember them going, "Close it up, close it up." But we couldn't even really play because
you're so busy running.
We were practically running, and then my hands were so cold. I dropped a stick, and we all had. I think most of us had separate spare sticks.
Oh, good.
But I dropped one because my hands were freezing.
Yeah. Well, we had valves freezing up, and so. It was.
I also do you remember them saying things like I remember them coming by and looking in the drums for bombs.
Right.
Rifles and the flags.
Rifles, the flags.
Do not point.
Right. Do not point
the viewing booth.
Viewing booth. This could be a sign of trouble.
Yep.
And then we're checking the pike pulls and everything.
Take you down.
Yeah. And I remember us practicing Hail to the Chief for 3 months, and then discarding it. A week before, if a week. I mean, we were there. We were told about it when we were in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, remember Satin Doll from last summer? Sorta.
Yeah.
So, and all the rookies had no clue.
Marine Corps is the only one that gets to play that, I think.
Right. That was the deal. The Marine Corps was the only one that got to play. So, here we got Washington, D.C.
Yeah, so now we're in the Capitol. So that must have been the tour.
Mm-hmm.
Some chamber.
Yeah, one of the chambers, one of the house chambers, and then we've got some shots inside the dome, and then another shot outside, another chandelier, another outside a chamber.
This is Chris Sampson again.
This one over here, I tried to get it. I think there's that. My guess is it's the Abraham Lincoln Memorial.
I don't think so.
I think
that's inside. I think it's another interior shot. because the Lincoln Memorial is much more. It has a lot more natural light. I think that is inside because that's a curtain right here.
Oh, okay.
And that's I think it's another one of these chamber shots.
Okay.
It's just kind of inside.
Oh, good.
So.
Hopefully I don't even have it, but I tried to improve it, and it just wasn't happening. So what is that?
I think that's a Supreme Court.
That's the Supreme Court. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Yeah. And that's Chris Muggin outside the Supreme Court.
Oh, good.
And then the tomb.
Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
Yep.
The guard.
Mm-hmm.
A little exchange of the guard.
Mm-hmm.
And
this was like a period
Civil War
reenactment guys that
things.
would go through and they would perform some things in Arlington.
I don't remember that. I remember seeing that in the pictures and going, "Oh, what the heck?"
Yeah, we didn't see them kind of do their thing. I think they were coming off of a thing, and we just saw them walking through and snapped a picture.
And so more of Arlington.
Yeah.
And then we have the Washington D.C. Monument.
Do you remember? So you can kind of see in this picture at Arlington the snow, how frozen it was. That you could walk on it and not leave a mark. I mean, it was just.
Right. Well, we were playing hockey or kick the can on the field there.
Frozen snow before.
And it was definitely, well, it was 20 below. It's going to be frozen. It was.
Yeah. There's the monument. There's the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah, we see it's got these same columns. I don't know.
Yeah. These are faceted though.
Well, who's the headless man?
That's me.
You're the headless man.
I'm the headless man, and then Chris is the foreheadless.
Foreheadless man. Now, was that some shot you kind of timed or something?
No, I think someone just took a picture and
just kind of went low.
Wasn't doing it.
Okay. And this is Smithsonian.
I'm rocking the bell bottoms there.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Woo.
You can see that too.
Yeah.
Smithsonian.
Yeah, Smithsonian. And so shots inside Smithsonian.
Yeah, there's a lunar lander, Apollo, and then that is a dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
That's what it's called, the dinosaur. It was a supersonic re-entry thingy.
And then there's just some planes up above
there. Some
there.
planes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that
might
is
be the Lincoln Memorial. No.
No, that's not the Lincoln Memorial. Because the Lincoln Memorial is a much lower profile building.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That could be.
There's stairs.
Maybe that's a Supreme Court. I don't know. Not sure. This is inside the Museum of Natural History, so you can see a little bit of a tusk. That is a whale, and that's the Hope Diamond.
That's a whale. I've been wondering what that was.
Well, it looks a little odd,
I blew it up. I lightened it up, and I was going, I still can't tell what that is. But now that you say it's a whale.
So it's one of these giant,
Is it plastic or something?
Probably. It's probably resin or something, but it must have been 60 feet long.
Okay. All right. And that was Hope Diamond on
That's
the
Hope Diamond. What was interesting about that is because, it's behind all these glass cases, and it's very well lit, but because, it's such a crappy camera, I took the picture, and that's just the light that's refracting from inside the diamond out.
Oh,
so it's
cool.
just kind of an interesting effect because it's not staged that way. It's staged very well lit, but by the time I took the photo, the exposure, it kind of took the light and then refracted it out. It's kind of interesting.
And some more of the parade.
A giant peanut for Mr. Carter.
Oh, okay. I could not figure out what that was.
That is a giant peanut.
Yeah. Well, that's a good picture.
Like, what is that doing in the parade?
Yeah.
And that's the Jefferson Memorial.
Yes. And Watergate.
Watergate, yeah. I was wondering if you would remember what that was.
Yeah. Another shot of the Jefferson.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay.
Well, there's semantics.
Was this on the plane here?
No, this is on a bus, and this is in the dorms or the dormitory area. So this
that's on a bus.
That's on a bus, yeah. Charlie Robinson, Chris with his snow scar. So he got that.
Oh,
he got that while we were goofing off.
Yeah.
And then he fell and he scraped he had this nice little Nike swoosh on his face.
And then Ace.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on. They're messing with Dave.
Yeah. Oh, here on the floor?
Yeah, they taped up and, who knows.
Who's this?
I don't know. Gosh, I think he was a sousaphone player or a contra player.
Contra player?
It's a big guy.
Randy?
I don't remember.
Randy Kramer? No? Don't know.
Don't remember.
Okay. All right. I can't remember all the other Contra players right now. So there's Dave Wilson again.
Yeah.
And
now this is
Time or something.
Mark Hammers.
Mark Hammers, yeah.
Charlie, and
Charlie.
I think that's Brad.
Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. And then them walking away
from the camera.
And then we got Chris.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but one of the things that people had picked up were those, I guess they were called puddle jumpers, but there was little sticks with propellers.
Right.
And so there's one airborne. We were kind of going back and forth. So Charlie's got one, and there's Dave.
This one's airborne here?
That one's airborne. Yeah.
Oh, couldn't even
So
tell
I did one, grabbed my camera, and then he had one in flight. We were
that's Dave Bonds there?
Dave Bonds. That's Todd Zimberg, I believe. He went on that trip with us.
And where is this? Is this
that I think we're queuing up
at the airport?
Yeah.
Okay, because that Ski West makes me think it's.
Yeah. Yeah, it must be there.
And then we got a shot in the air. I've got some of these kind of shots.
You know what kind of plane we're on? That's a 707.
707. Oh.
Yeah, back in the day. I mean, that was. You don't see those in commercial flight anymore, but there's obviously 4 engine, and it wasn't a 747. And that's Charlie, and that was his girlfriend, and I can't remember her name. Rasmussen? No, I don't remember. But they were a thing at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, me trying to run in my brain, and
She was in the color guard. I think she was a rifle, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Aerial photos of clouds, and I think this might be the Rockies. And then, of course,
stargazing.
Chris stargazing.
I'm caught up.
Goofball.
Oh.
And the Midwest tour.
Now, what is that dome? Do you remember? Because I looked at that and I'm going, when did I?
That's the little goofy dome. I can't remember
what
it was called.
Were we? Was this out of state? Do you even know? I mean, was this?
It was somewhere in the Midwest.
Okay, because I remember we had a Denver tour. We were in Steamboat Springs and or Colorado Springs and Thornton, Colorado, something like that. I think one of those had a dome. I remember going into a place where it had AstroTurf field, but it seems like it'd been bigger than that.
Well, yeah, because we saw the Pontiac, right? Earlier, didn't we see the Pontiac dome?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what. This might have been. So this is in Boise, where we saw Santa Clara practicing.
Right.
So
well, this looks like Multnomah, but I might be wrong. But that's my guess.
Yeah.
And then we got Buster.
Yeah, there's Buster's little white ass. Doing what he does. He's probably not going to appreciate that, but I don't know. I'd be proud to have that ass right now.
I was going to say, the drummer, what the hell? That's exactly something to be proud of there, yes.
And then we had Chad. And then we just eaten some, so we were stuffed.
And then Santa Clara. I got some shots of Santa Clara like this, too, where we got to sit in the stands.
Watch them practice.
Now, was this is 78. Okay. 78. I was going to say I had to move my brain up a little bit. Yeah. I know, was it 77 that we got to watch a lot of the chorus too? We must have, because we weren't making the cut. Yeah. But 78, I do think that was 78 that we got to hang out at DCI Boise.
I skipped 77. I think I wound up working, and then I came back 78, 79. Oh,
interesting.
Yeah, and I remember when they were doing the bottle dance. And I was sitting by Dave Wilson, and Dave was just going nuts. Because he had seen it before. I had never seen the bottle dance, and they had kind of reprived it, but not with the whole line. Before it was just like the Rifles doing it. Right. He was beside himself.
I bet.
It was very impressive.
Make it bigger, make it larger.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't want to have to drag my knees on that AstroTurf, but
yeah, they did a maypole type of thing. I remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember if the rifles were still rifles. They might have. I remember watching them one year where they had like wood implements. They weren't really rifles, but anyway.
Yeah, I think it was right doing this. I mean, that tune was like bum 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 ba-da-dum, bum bum bum.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum,
I
bum.
remember it was cool to watch them practicing and going, they're screwing off just like we screw off. I saw one guy dropping a mouthpiece and banging it on the ground and watching it pop back up and trying to catch it and going, that sounds like some bonehead thing we would be doing too, Well, it bounced off this AstroTurf. Yeah, great, cool. I wonder what else we can do. And what's going on here?
That is some kind of like a cupcake bird thing, but Steve
bird
found some inappropriate uses for it.
Okay.
At the time. Of course, then you can see obviously a drummer because you can see his strap.
Yeah, strap mark, and I think that's great. I'm glad we got a shot of that because that was a source of pride, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much. And then of course that led to his smoking problem.
Yes.
And you can see his. We drew our names on the. We laid claim, so you can see on the back of his seat there. That's Buster.
Did you put something over the top of these seats?
There was we just wrote on.
Wrote on them. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was like a vinyl slip over, and no, we just felt a sense of ownership.
I see. I guess. Wow.
And then we had you
cool.
can kind of see there's a little tube. I don't know if there's another picture of it. I can't remember. But we had a cooler that we put behind it that had, I think it was harmless. It was just juice. But we had it on ice. And then we had these tubes that coming out of it so we could just sit in our chair. And,
nice. Yes, that sounds decadent.
It was like an early form of, what do you call those? A camelback.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. No, we did a lot of things like that too. We had the stereo system. The stereo system on the front.
Yep.
And ran... had a TV that one tour. I mean, you go back to like 77 and we had TV, portable TV, 12 batteries. 12 batteries. And it didn't last that long, but hey, we had it and we could, we were just feeling like we were something else, which, lead sopranos tend to have that problem.
So that's Chad. He's actually sucking on one of those tubes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then we got Karen
Erickson, yeah.
Karen Erickson.
And this is just some hill. One morning we went out on a run. I don't know why. Not like we didn't work hard enough during the day, but we thought we'd go for a run, and we ran up this hill. And we got to the top, and we couldn't figure out why we couldn't hardly breathe, and we realized we were in, Boise, and I don't know what elevation we were at, but the air was a little thin.
Sure it was Boise, or do you mean Denver?
Maybe it was Denver. Boulder.
Okay. Yeah, because that makes sense if you're in, Littleton or Boulder.
Yeah, and I think we got to the top, and then we thought this was like, Dr. Evil's lair, but I think it was in NOAA station. When we got to the very top, we thought we'd be in this.
I still like it being Dr. Evil's
lair. Yeah. We built our little stone.
It may have been.
It may have been,
It just covered it, made looking like a NOAA station to everybody else. And then what's this formation of
We
rocks?
just left a little offering up there.
Oh, okay.
We made
all right. Oh, okay. I thought maybe you found that, but no, you
that was to the percussion judge's offering.
I see. And then we got you behind the offering, and then Charlie behind the offering, which might be doing something to the offering.
It looks like it. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
And then that was just the area you had hiked up.
Yeah.
Did you actually go up to the top of this?
No, we were at the top of the hill.
This little hill. Okay, just looked over at it. Okay, so in this picture of four gentlemen, it looks like four gentlemen.
Dudes ready to go out. So we got Charlie.
Charlie at the far right.
That's
okay.
Me.
Okay.
And Dennis Basham. And Steve with his 10-gallon hat.
Oh.
Yeah.
And, I didn't know that was Steve either. Steve somehow eludes me in a lot of these shots.
Yeah.
I'm like, in this next shot, I found myself, which I was surprised.
You're in there?
Yeah,
right
on
here.
The very bottom. That's
there
me.
There you are.
And
you're probably drinking a beer.
Well, I don't know. It might be. Yeah, it can be alleged.
It could be something.
And this is.
And there, I think that's Steve.
Okay.
That was his girlfriend Mary.
Okay.
I think. I can't remember her name. And Scott. The mallet player?
Oh, Scott Peterson?
Scott Peterson, perhaps?
I think so.
I thought it was, but it could be wrong.
I don't know. Yeah, it might
so this is DCI.
It gets blown up, maybe you can tell. But yeah, I thought that was somehow shot through the stands.
Yeah, I think I was going up a ramp or something, and
that's way cool. I like it. It was a very clever shot. And so now I'm looking at it, I'm like, I should know these scores.
Well,
looking at it. Red guardsmen, freelancers.
So they had the tall.
Oh wait, Crossman.
That's Crossman.
That's Crossman.
That's Crossman. But that is would be the 27th Lancers. They had. I think their guard had the big black.
Yeah, they did, but I don't think the drum line had red. No.
Oh, okay.
No, they had more of a brown khaki look going on. Okay. So I don't know. It might be Velvet Knights or something. But anyway, so we got Crossman.
Crossman. That was the year they had the big capes.
It still could be the Crossman. I mean, from a distance.
They were one of my favorites. So they were
they were kind of cool.
I thought
it was a way to.
Oh, there's a 27th Lancers.
Hide leg lift and stuff.
Yeah.
Now that does look like 27th.
Right. Yeah.
That does look like 27th there.
Yeah.
And then like you said, the Bridgemen. And
they were all badass. They all looked like they were 40.
Yeah. Well.
I just remember going like, how come
they did get disqualified. 78 though. In 78, I never. They got disqualified, right? So did they?
Did they?
Yeah, they got disqualified in, was it 77 they got disqualified? Was that when they marched some overage members? And then...
what's the point?
And then... I know Muchachos got in trouble for that too, but I do remember them getting in trouble for it, and I thought they'd have to be kept out of here, but if here's 78, there they are. So they were performing at least. I don't know, maybe they couldn't, well, that's DCI. I don't know, maybe they changed their minds through the year. So is this the next shot? It is. This is the... infamous Dead Baby rest stop. Yes,
that's where it is.
We're all pulled over, and I remember Gary Jimstead outside throwing rocks, and others throwing rocks, and just talking and killing time and looking at each other. What's going on? No one kind of knew what was going on, and then found there was something happened at the rest stop, and I think at first we thought someone just pulled the cord to the toilet and did something because I think that happened once in a while where they just release things. Yeah. But
no, that's not what that was.
That's not what that was. Can we tell anything in here?
Let's see.
Tell a face or anything?
Boy, there's lots of hair, lots of bell bottoms.
Yeah.
I can't really. I think there is a. Is that a policeman? I think there's some officers of the law right there.
Yeah. When we get it blown up, maybe we can see. And what town are we in here? It says Jasper.
But we were in Nashville, Tennessee.
This is Nashville, you think?
I think so, because there was a time we got. So this cop, we were heading there. If we weren't already there, I think a bus had broken down or something, and we were basically kind of sleeping there.
Right.
The cop came by and said we were in the wrong part of town to have that written on the bus.
Oh, well, that's happened more than once.
Yeah, it was. He said it was. There was a lot of racial tension in the area, and he thought it'd be best if we just moved along. Is that Bill Eberline?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was sensing that too. I can't tell who the gentleman is in the shorts, but
tall drink of water, Bill.
Mark Hammer's in this.
Mark and Steve again.
Steven, so it's Mary again.
Yep. And then
this remind me of the Cloverleaf, but I know it's not. It's somewhere on tour. And then we got Jerry and Tammy Hartman, maybe.
I don't remember. Was there a Bozich?
Yeah, there's a bunch of Boziches. Sue Bozich or not?
Yeah, it might be because I don't think it's Tammy. It was a younger.
It was one of the younger ones, though.
Yeah, I think so.
So maybe Susan Bozich.
Yeah.
This is definitely in Nashville.
Yep. Now it's Steve and Chris on the paddle boat.
Are there pictures that have been taken out of this photo album?
It probably have taken out or fallen out.
Yeah, I'd love to find those too.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the paddle boats. Yeah, I remember doing the paddle
boats.
They might
have been destroyed.
on purpose?
They might have been destroyed on purpose. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah, that was a fun place. You know, the Parthenon thing.
Yeah.
That was neat. I do know there was a bunch of different stories. I mean, I know there was Shelley Winship had told a story about going into the women's restroom and finding, I think it was transvestites that were, helping them with their makeup, helping the girls with their makeup and stuff. And it was like, nice. It was just kind of like you said, an interesting part of town. And then we got you with a bullseye marked.
Yeah.
And do we know who's in the background here?
Yeah.
Really?
I want to say he had a beard. Not very many guys had beards.
Yeah.
And he was a drummer, I believe. And I think was his name Joel?
Oh, Joel Beisner.
Okay. Yeah, there was a Beisner, but there was two Beisners, right?
Yeah, it's John.
John, it is Joel. It's Joel Beisner.
Joel Beisner.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I think John is involved with Blue Thunder. I think.
Yeah. And I've done some stuff with John over the years too. He was in, I think, the Alliance.
Okay. Yeah.
For a little while when I was involved with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what corps is that? Is that? Well, this looks like Blue Devils down here, but
that's Blue Devils, and then.
I wanted to say Cavaliers, but as I see some green, I think. But maybe that's me.
There's so much red in the drum
line. There's so
line.
much red in the drum line. That's maybe Freelancers.
Oh.
I'm feeling Freelancers.
Okay.
Okay, and then Blue Devils, and then
Crossman
again.
Madison.
With
their many snares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, it was always fun to count them up. When
Yeah.
the corps came on to go, how many contras they got?
Yeah.
6 giant vacuums there. That's great. Santa Clara.
I think what happened is I took some pictures out and scanned them for the web for the Facebook page, and I think I just didn't put them back in.
Oh, okay. And this some of these were used in our annual too. I know that for that year. So here we got just after winning DCI A class champion.
That was awesome.
It was awesome.
I remember it was just pouring rain, right? I remember being like because we were out of the field.
We were off the field. We were standing in the back somewhere.
There was some thunder and lightning, and I think that's why they took us off the field. But it was a storm. And then I remember being kind of like under the bleachers in the back. Mm-hmm. And then when they named second place, it was like the Saganiers.
Right.
And we beat them like tenths. I mean, it was very, very, very close.
And we owe that to the drum line because the horn line didn't have that good. I mean, you guys went up like 5 points or something.
We were way up, and we were half the size of their drum line too. We just had a really tight show that night. Mm-hmm. That was awesome, and I remember running. We were all just screaming and running back to the buses. It was awesome.
We were freaked out. I remember. I don't remember if it was that night or it was 77, but one of those years, Brian Keith lost his contact on the field.
Oh.
So after the show was over, we went back looking for it. Figuring probably happened when we walked out for a concert, and so we're looking there on the ground looking for it. And then when I joined a senior corps, baritone player I was hanging out with lost his contact on the field, and we did the same thing looking for it after the show. Still didn't find it. No, neither time did we find it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. If you're the owner of the contact, you want it.
Yeah.
So.
This is the snare line here.
Do you know that?
Well, she was one of the.
Yeah, she came from Bremerton.
Yeah.
And
this is Chad.
Okay, that's Chad.
That's Chad.
Okay.
Soprano.
Yeah, that's Paul Bozich.
Paul.
Okay. So here's the DCI flag. This shot, I haven't seen as much as the other shot.
Mm-hmm.
And
Dave.
That's Dave, and who?
I can't tell.
He looks like a drowned rat. That's like you were saying, it's raining.
Can't tell. Who else that is?
Yeah.
See lots of half-O's and spats.
Could be a soprano. But, I can't tell you right now. And then there's the infamous shot of Gary with everyone.
That's a snare line.
Snare line. Yeah, that's great. Okay, and then we've got a shot of...
Scott.
That is Scott? Gee,
Yeah.
I don't remember being that young.
Yeah. And then Chris. It looks like he's about ready to have a lip lock on someone. I'm not sure, but it looks
something.
like he's embracing somebody. And then he was
Mac.
Mac. Okay.
Big Mac.
Yeah.
Big Mac. Ron McConaughey.
Okay.
Yeah, and sporting the shirt.
Yeah. And then this was the evening of DCI, I think.
Evening of DCI.
Yeah.
78.
Yep.
Boulder.
Yep.
Wait.
No.
Boulder.
Alabama. Was
No,
it Alabama?
79 is Alabama.
Oh.
So 78, if this is 78 still.
Still Boulder then?
Then it would be Denver. Denver. This would be Mile High.
Really? It was in Mile High?
Yeah, it was in Mile High. Both years.
Okay.
77 and 78 was
Really?
in Mile
Okay.
High. And can we tell who's any of these quarters
Yeah.
are?
Well,
that looks like 27.
That's 27th. There's Crossman again. I was fixated on them that year.
Mm-hmm. Bridgman.
And then that looks like it could be Blue Devils.
That's what I was thinking, but it seems kind of out of order. Yeah, but it also seems out of order. But just because we've been going toward last.
Yeah.
And then Bridgman again, and then
possibly Blue
Devils. That would be my guess. And then the bus breakdown shot.
Yeah.
That's a great bus breakdown shot.
Yeah, I think that was the last time we saw that bus. I'm
yeah,
not sure that bus made it back into service.
No. I think you're right. I think that was the time it went down for good.
That was like in South Dakota or something like that, someplace where you just don't want to be broken down.
So we just doubled up again, huh?
We doubled up, yeah. We were on all our rank.
And then cameras again.
Our cameras. Looks baked, I'm not sure.
But I love these shots. These shots of people on the bus are just great.
Tony.
Jimenez. Yes. I can't tell anybody in the background there. At least not in that shot too well. Is that a Denny's or a Husky?
Husky truck stop.
Husky truck stop. Okay.
Yeah. Not sure.
Yeah.
I took
Love
the picture,
those places.
Yeah.
We always stopped a lot of those. Do you think I'm gonna know?
Tammy Hartman.
It is Tammy Hartman. Okay, that's where I was gonna go. But
recognize those red shorts anywhere.
I should know. I sat behind Steve and Tammy on, I think it was 77 tour.
Oh.
And,
And Mary? I can't remember. She was, her and Tammy were friends, and I can't remember. I know she's wearing
Tammy Hartman?
Yeah, but I can't remember her name. I thought it was Mary. I know she's got my coat on. It's my windbreaker. And then these were beer cups.
Beer cups?
Yeah, that we got somehow illicitly at the show. We were pretty proud of that.
Did you ever get them with beer in them?
Yeah,
wow.
we did.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember how we were getting them, but
we
got them.
Got them. Cool.
Yeah. Contributed to my delinquency.
So we're someplace again with the equipment truck in the background.
Kim Bonds.
Oh, Kim Bonds. Well,
I don't know why I remember that, but I do.
That is something. Yeah, I thought maybe you just knew it from that. I was like, wow, that's really impressive. Yes.
I tend to know people by their shorts.
Yeah, that's it. The shorts. Well, I can't say anything more there. So we got
Steve. We were eating like Otter Pops or some sucker thing.
I think this is the first time I realized someone's lying down there looking up.
That is the same person as up here.
So this is
whatever her name
might be
is.
a Mary.
I think so, but I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
I don't remember where that cat came from, but it's a little kitten, and its name was either Snowball or Cocaine. I can't remember which. I think it depended on who you were talking to.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny. It's great that you can even remember that. Okay, here we got some guard.
Now, we were coming into town and realized they were throwing us a welcome thing, and so we all had to get suited up.
Right.
I think we stopped short, got suited up, and piled back on the bus.
I don't think we even got off.
Really? We think we just had
I think I think we had our uniforms ready to go, and or somewhere they got the uniforms out and had us change on the bus.
That's Karen.
Yeah.
That's Brenda.
Finky?
Yeah. And then Mark Cammers.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's more than I would have got. And then we have the shot of David Wilson and John Beisner.
And I think
Cal.
I think he's the. I thought he was the mayor.
Oh, I thought. Well, you know,
I thought it was the mayor that was, receiving us, because I think Cal. I don't think Cal was that tall. But
yeah, no, you're probably right. Next to Dave, it's probably not Cal. I just made the assumption.
Doing a photo shoot for the newspaper. Yeah.
Right.
Holding the trophy.
Oh, wow, cool. And then another shot of the trophy and the flag.
Yeah.
And
a rifle and a guard.
I think that might be Debbie Seward there on the left. But
okay.
I can't be 100%. Okay, and then we got Dennis here outside the bus door. And I can't tell who any of the other people are.
Yeah.
And where'd the horse head come from?
That is one of those vinyl seat covers on the back.
Really?
Yeah, that Judy, this is Judy Mutter had.
I like how you got caught up in the last name, Judy.
Yeah, well, I was going to say Victor, but yeah, Judy Mutter.
Oh, yeah. And the Kim Bonds again, right?
Yep, and so she peeled it off and put
Kim
tape
was in
on
that
it.
long.
There you go.
She peeled it off, put tape on it.
Yeah, and created a horse.
Wow. That's clever. I would not have guessed that. And do you know what she used? Is it just like black tape?
It's electrical tape.
Electrical tape? Wow. Great. That's great. And then we got the freelancer's bus.
Yeah. I think they loaned us. I think one of our buses broke down or something, and they loaned it to us.
Really? I don't remember this at all.
I thought so, because it looks like we're coming off of it.
How you really think that's us?
Yeah, well, that's Tony Jimenez.
Uh-huh.
And then I can't remember the guard member, but I remember her being in the guard, but she's got her spats, and you see people coming off the bus. I thought they loaned us a bus or something happened. I can't
believe all the stuff I forget. Wow.
And then I think this is maybe broken down again. Usually when people are sprawled out on the concrete, there's usually the sign of something not happening that's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So well, Steve, Chad.
Could have been just lunch. You know?
Yeah, right. Chris Sampson.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't look like a rest area. It looks like some residential
Woodstock.
spot. It's like, here you are. I'm sorry. Chris Sampson, we have Steve.
And Chad.
Where's Chad?
Right here.
Right in front looking at something. Okay.
San Francisco.
This is 79. Okay.
Yeah.
San Francisco. Oh, that's looking at Alcatraz.
Yep, and more mimes.
More mimes. Well, you gotta. There can never be enough mimes,
And we were freezing our butts off and not properly dressed, and so myself, Chuck, and Dave Larson all bought these. I can't remember what you call them. There's a name for them.
Ponchos or
yeah.
Actually, my son just bought one.
I had one. I had that for years. I mean, I finally threw it away. I think it's a rag when I threw it away.
Yeah, I ended up buying one later, I think. But I remember David wearing that for a lot of different. Just it's one of those things you live in. It's a comfortable thing. It's warm. You know, if it gets toward winter, you're like, hey.
Yep.
Or toward the evening.
Yep.
And so, in this shot is it like peanuts or pretzels or popcorn?
This guy was not selling peanuts.
Oh, okay.
I think he was selling something else, but Steve was messing with him.
Having a little fun.
Yep.
Okay. And we have the magic shop at Disneyland, I take it?
No, this is all down.
This is still down the Pier 39 or something.
Buskers, they're down there doing their thing.
And I can't tell what even that
I think
shot.
that
That's a cable car.
Yeah, cable car.
Cable car. And then we got another great picture.
Yep, Karen and
Tony
washing her hair at a rest stop.
I think I know that rest stop. I've done that California I-5 trip so many times.
Yeah, there's everybody.
Yeah, and then more people washing their hair.
Yeah.
In the drinking fountain And then we got with Jill Alba.
Yep.
And is that Chuck there?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I can't recognize your butt there on the left.
I don't know whose butt that is. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, can't.
And what is?
I don't know. I'm just kind of sprawled out again.
Okay.
I think that's Tony again. On the left, and then there was like a creek or a river. We were all just kind of rinsing off and playing in the. And I think this is still at a rest stop.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah. Huh?
I think it was. Yeah, I think this was all. You could go across like through the trees and over this. I think there was a fence. And
Yeah,
not
fence
supposed to go across.
over, and of course you have to go over that.
You have to go over the fence to get to the river.
That's right.
If you're able-bodied to get over the fence, then it's okay to go in the river.
And then 79 Midwest Southern United States tour.
Yeah.
Crystal Falls. Crystal Falls was cool.
Yeah.
I remember we were there for a while, where we got all set up. And I remember one night coming in. I mean, we're all sleeping in the gym, and Scott Hansen came in, and he starts singing, "Mama's all right, Daddy's all right." It just seemed a little weird, and it was just kind of a funny moment. It just cracked me up. And then we got this water. Anything coming back to you on these?
No,
I'm looking at them.
No,
nothing.
Somewhere, some stop.
Somewhere along.
Yeah, we stopped for a while enough to where, I mean, that's, we were standing there, we were practicing a little bit. So that's, the three amigos with our fancy San Francisco Top Gear on.
Looking good. With the flares and everything, yeah.
Mark with an inappropriately placed handrail.
Oh.
He's sitting on there.
I hadn't noticed that when I first looked at it, but yeah, it does add a little dimension to the photo.
And then I think we fielded this line a little. I can't remember if we did or not, but this is Chad, Tony.
From the right.
Yeah,
okay.
From the right. Joel. John Beisner. Joel Beisner. John Beisner. Steve Hyatt. Todd Zimberg, and myself. And then Jerry leading us through some drills on a picnic table.
But John, he wasn't playing the drum line.
No, but he was with us here.
Oh.
Practicing. I don't know.
Just kidding.
I think
with drum major, you're probably killing time a lot.
Yeah,
I remember Dave Lawson used to, kill time and stand behind the instructor and put his finger through his shorts and stuff, and then just crack us up, And actually, the worst time, it wasn't with Dave Lawson, but there was a time where Scott Slice is next to me, and he taps my shoulder and or just nudges me and says, "Hey, look at those squirrels over there." And the squirrels are going at it, right? And I start cracking up, and Rick Grafton just loses his mind on me and just goes, "What's so funny, Mr. Cornell? Just straighten up and figure it out here. We're trying to teach some stuff here." And it was like, sorry, and I couldn't tell him what was going on. There was no way.
These are out of order. This page is out of order.
Okay, well,
because that is
Jerry Garcia.
Yeah, Jerry, and then
I like the bug, the fly thing there above us.
Yeah, right.
Killer,
fly trap. Because I think this is back to our earlier rest stop.
Oh, that's the rest stop thing down there.
Yeah.
What, this here too, or no?
I think that was the actual rest stop.
That was a rest stop.
This was the subsequent interrogation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I must have gotten that out of order. Line. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, this is back in.
Can you recognize anybody in here?
Oh yeah, there's Karen.
Okay.
Horn player.
That's Shelley Winship then.
Shelley.
I remember those.
Yep.
Those farmer.
Her.
John's. What do you call?
Jill.
Jill Alba.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Looks like Debbie Seward maybe here.
Yeah. Karen Miller.
Not Vicki Miller.
Vicki Miller.
Vicki Miller.
Vicki Miller.
Okay.
And Candy. Cammy. She was a cymbal player, I think.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to get that.
Gary.
And Steve?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
No, his hair's too long.
Oh, okay.
It's not Steve.
Okay.
And then, so this, I think, is back in the previous year because...
You don't think that's Alabama?
No, I know it is Alabama.
Birmingham.
So I might get Birmingham. Yeah, no, that's
Birmingham.
right. Okay, no, that's
Birmingham.
right.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
you're back on.
Okay.
So we got Birmingham, and we got
Santa
Clara, and
Blue Devils.
Blue Devils, and
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. Very
Upside
key.
down.
Well, but do you know why he's making this face? It's just
Because he's a goofball.
Okay, it looks like from some Mad Magazine or something. And then a group shot, which is really cool. But
so you got Mark Cameras on the right.
Far right. Okay.
Me looking embarrassed in the next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't remember her name.
But she was from Bremerton too. I
Yeah,
think.
Dennis.
Dennis. Okay.
Somebody.
Somebody and somebody.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
That's
we were
cool.
all having fun drinking beer.
Always a pleasant pastime.
Yeah.
Bridgman.
Bridgman.
Yeah. Oh, they were so fun that year.
Yeah.
I remember, was it in '77 that they came on the field? They did the Pagliacci, and then a big thunderstorm hit. This was at Fort Collins, and everyone ducked under the bleachers because it was raining so hard, and the whole court just ran off the field. And then the thunderstorm stopped, and Bridgman had to start from the beginning again. So we got to see Pagliacci twice in the same evening, and I was like, "Oh, great,
Awesome.
yeah, play it again." And they were awesome the second time. So neat sun shot, and then
the rest stop that was closed.
Facilities closed. Yeah, everyone holding themselves, going, "Oh, great." And who do we got?
That's me.
That's you. Okay,
that's
all right.
me.
That's great.
Yeah, and I do have pants on, and that really is just a bottle of water that I'm pouring down.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice that. But
my parents had
you really went full tilt for that.
Yeah, I went full Monty. They my parents had that blown into a giant poster.
Oh, nice. Do we know anybody else in this shot?
Yeah, let's see.
Far left.
Chuck on the second from the left. I'm not sure who the first person is. Me in the middle. That on the far right is AJ Schulte.
Okay. Oh, that's good. You can get that.
He's got very nice legs. I'm not sure how that happened, but it doesn't look appropriate. But that's, and I think that's
or even sound appropriate.
Yeah, I think that's Joel, and this could be one of the Jacobsons. That could be Gordy.
Yeah, it seems too tall.
Yeah, maybe not.
Okay, so now we have a shot of the back of the beater bus with some people studying it.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
No, it never
Lots
looks
of
good.
steam rolling out there.
Is that what that is? I thought it was just the sun coming off the side.
No, that is a problem, man.
Oh.
It's look at it over here on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
It's It's fully ablaze. And that's Bill Eberline with his...
Bill Eberline, huh?
With his cowboy hat.
Okay. All right. That's great. I just enjoy looking at that shot.
Yeah.
And then a sunset, another sunset, and then this is another great bus shot.
Yeah, and that was I forgot what we called ourselves. We were a band. We were a vocal band, and we did this kind of mommy, daddy. We did this kind of yeah.
Wowie, 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 wowie.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Wowie, 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 wowie.
Yeah. Oh God, I love that.
Yeah.
If you guys could create that sometime for a reunion, that'd be excellent.
I don't remember exactly.
Rest Stop Baby Boogie or something.
Yeah.
But
that's Samson, Cameras, Robinson, Mutter. And Gordy.
Oh, great.
AJ.
Age way up there. Oh,
yeah,
already doing that leaning thing. They do a lot of leaning
right.
shots I see on Facebook. I'm like, okay, there we go.
This is my favorite shot.
Yeah, we got sunset first, and then what's this here?
I don't know.
Oh, someone leaning out the window. I think.
Yeah. Yes,
so
it is.
Might be Chad.
I think before that went into overexposure, I thought it was Dennis.
Dennis.
Ago,
okay.
I can't remember.
Okay. Well, I did improve it a little bit, so I might be able to tell. And a bus shot. Yeah, that is great.
This is
that's
almost,
a great.
That's like a scratch and sniff photo. I mean, you could just imagine what that.
I could almost smell it now.
Steve, it looks like hell. Like he just woke up.
Yeah. Well, usually.
There's AJ, who looks like he's
shocked.
Like 28.
That's
and then
great.
Who knows? It's just the rest is just limbs.
Just no one completely on the floor. I think it's because we have the beer or something inside that cooler.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great shot. I don't know what's hanging down over here, but just things coming out of the luggage racks. Oh man. Yeah, a lot of memories, things going on in the back of the bus, going back to the back of the bus, telling the guys, hey, you got to cool it. The chaperones, I can smell it up here.
Yeah.
They're going to definitely smell it down there in just another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's the shot of you two with your
Ants in the Pants.
Ants in the Pants ID badges.
Yep. Yeah. We bought that for $1 or something, and took the suspenders off and made ID badges and got into the thing for free.
So amazing. So
awesome.
amazing. Creative and cool all together. And then, so what is this, a prelims or something?
Yeah, prelims.
Okay.
We're all looking very dapper.
Very relaxed.
Very young and fit.
Very relaxed. Yeah.
So me, Charlie, Chris,
and Joel.
Mm-hmm. The tan dudes and the white dudes.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't even notice it until you mentioned, but yeah, Chris's legs right there, really.
No, yeah, Sunshine was not a Chris's friend.
No.
This is after one of the buses broke down.
Okay.
And we had to double up.
Oh, so this is from the Nashville on.
Yeah.
Nashville to Birmingham.
Yeah.
Shot. Yeah. Do you recognize anybody there?
Well, that's the other, possibly Mary, but I can't remember. That was the same gal that was, in that previous shot.
Shots. Okay.
These poor guys just looked despondent.
Yeah. Oh,
Walked in. Mac.
I don't have a seat.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's Big Mac there?
I think it is.
And then we got a shot of the equipment truck, and is that Elton?
Yep.
Hey, I find it so cool that he continued on with the doing.
You can see his
job.
Pipe. You can just see the little hint of his pipe there.
I
tried to, when he passed away, I tried to load that picture up, and for some reason it wouldn't load. It was operator error. But I just love that shot of him. Yeah, this is that Nashville, right?
That Parthenon. Yeah.
And then this was that.
That's a cool shot there in front of the Parthenon. That was clever to think to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did some interesting places that we. I remember being in a river one time where we were warming up, and Rick let us just stand in the river as we warmed up, and it was kind of different.
Yeah.
I wish we had a picture of that, because that was a cool location. You'd sometimes scope out some pretty cool locations.
This is that same snare line that was sitting at the picnic table, all suited up. So that John Beisner is actually playing.
Huh.
So I don't know if we were just trying this line out, but I don't know if we ever fielded it. I'm not sure.
Well, that might, that looks, you don't think that's like a Kingdom event or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think we were still on tour, because that doesn't look like the dome. The structure
yeah, it
there,
does look like the back of a stand there. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, and then this is kind of hanging out the bus. There's Buster again with his cowboy hat, me, and then some individual
Squeezed in there,
yeah, flipping us off.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for going through this. Hope we
Good
brought back
memories.
some memories for some others.